Thought I'd share this video of a little experiment I did with ChatGPT Plus, and what you're looking at is a session that I had with ChatGPT, and I was testing the vision capabilities. And what I did is, in the previous video, we looked at Assetville, and Assetville has these wonderful items in it. It's kind of a block 3D game. And what I did is I moved the camera in basically 90-degree increments and took pictures or screenshots. And then I edited the screenshots with the direction and location. So once I did that, I went ahead and created a regular ChatGPT session and uploaded those images, and then basically said, for the prompt, you're an autonomous agent in a 3D block style game. Your main objective is to explore the world in 100 unit moves in X and Y using the images supplied. What actions would you take to move closer to the pawn shop? And it responded back, to move closer to the pawn shop. And I'll let you kind of read this. I don't need to read it to you, but it basically read the direction that the pawn shop was located in, which was north. You should orient your agent to face north. Now, the whole idea is to get, and what you'll see later on, is to get ChatGPT to respond in JSON in a format that doesn't, change. It doesn't just make up the JSON structure. So therefore, the action to take would be to turn north, if not already north, moving 100 units closer to the pawn shop. So I say nice job because I'm a nice person. And then I asked it to, create, an actions um, that, something could interpret easily. So it created some JSON, you know, turn north, move 100. Of course, it doesn't say um, X or Y, but that's okay for right now. Direction for turn, units for move. And so I kept going with this and going with it. And, can you describe in JSON what things are in the direction south image? So now what I'm doing is I'm getting it to explore the world, explore these images, and then tell me what's in them. And it starts doing that. Objects and type, building, name, gas station, fuel, auto, car wash, services. I mean, this just started blowing my mind, um, because this could be sent back to the game engine and interpreted and used to obviously navigate. And then some of what this information would be is the what's in ChatGPT's short-term memory. It knows now these things, and it knows where it is, its location, and it can start building a map of the world. So, I say the same thing with 4 images. And main thing is we got to make sure that it doesn't make up the structure of the JSON. And it's got to be valid, JSON. But it just goes through, activities, and on and on and on. I thought, wow, this is really cool. If you wanted to have a smart agent that would view things, observe things in your game world, and start building a mental map of uh, where things are. Of course, if you had a database that had the names of things and where they were, and you could do that as well. But this is something that's first coming into the world, and just looking around. So anyway, it I tried to get it to write some code to interpret some of this stuff, and the session timed out and it freaked out. So with all of that, I went over to Code, VS Code, and I don't know if you've seen online the narrator example. You can find it. It's in GitHub, and somebody wrote some code to narrate what is in a video file, and that's what I used to kind of build out what I wanted to do. Of course, I'm not dealing with the video. I'm dealing with just 4 frames, and you can see how this person was putting their prompt together. Now, this right in here doesn't seem to work. Um, don't know where this guy got this from, but it says Vision Preview. This is kind of weird, and also here's a nice little, oh, by the way, create some speech, which it will kindly do for you. So I started experimenting. OpenAI's API's changed a little bit. You can see playing with some examples here. We're loading in images. Right now, I only got, I wasn't able to generate um, the data structure exactly the way, it's not exactly the way this person was doing it. So I just said, okay, one image, and display the image. There it is. And I was working on a wrapper, because this is kind of what well, we'll just go down here. This is what the message should look like. This is what works. And so the client's a little bit different. Obviously, you add your API key here, or you use the OS environment, knock yourself out. And this was the Lambda that the person was using for the videos. Of course, we don't have a video. All we have is 4 images. So I just stuck with one image, and then here's my prompt as the user. And I'm really not even sure that's right, because that maybe there is a system uh, uh, the message that should be in here. But that's all I did, is I just put this, say, return JSON, and voila, it did it. And it wasn't complete, which was bothersome. And then it got me to thinking that I really need to tell ChatGPT what the structure of the JSON must be. It can't make things up. There should always be an environment. There should always be a object and object type, vehicle. But this is kind of interesting, how it broke it down. And crosswalk, no moving vehicles or pedestrians on the street. That just was mind blowing. So, at this location, uh, looking north, these are all the things that are there, the pawn shop and the fruit market. So you could almost imagine this would be one, if you did this in a loop, um, and the Unreal would be moving around in a circle, taking the images and also adding the direction and location, and then sending that back out to this Python engine that would be taking this and wrapping it up and sending it to uh, ChatGPT, and saying this is your current environment, and then maybe this turns into embeddings and it gets saved in, or maybe you use the new agent technology to where the this would get saved and it would be kind of like a human um, place, if you can imagine a place cell, like a neuron, that would fire, and this would be the place if you're facing this direction. Maybe all of this gets embedded, and then you can do a search, and then you know where you are. But anyway, you're building out this environment that you haven't ever seen before. And I just thought that was kind of a fascinating concept. Obviously, this prompt is going to need some work, but now you can literally, if this was in a loop between Unreal Engine and a backend server that talked to Chat GPT, you could have a task for find the pawn shop and or find the market and buy some bananas, and it would have to uh, build an action plan based off of things that it remembered. And this would be just one in, maybe it's just one embedding. I haven't gotten that far yet, but um, these are the observations, and it would know to go to this area right here because that's where the fruit market was. So um, again, this is just a real quick experiment, a thought experiment that I did with ChatGPT, and I thought I would share it with everybody. And I don't think it's enough code to bother putting in GitHub, but this might be part of a loop that's put together for smart NPCs and that can be used to build memories and retrieve those memories and uh, build action plans and or whatnot. So that's all I've got right now. If you've watched this far, you're awesome. Thank you very much, and